Did you know that giving too much value on your webinar hurts your attendees and your sales? Say what? I know, right? It sounds crazy because we're so used to hearing about the sleazy, salesy webinars that come up short in value. Well, I'm going to share 3 keys with you today that's going to revolutionize the way you look at your webinar presentation. And for the best webinar and business advice, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every single week. Yeah. If you don't know me by now, my name is April Reed and I'm an entrepreneur and webinar funnel architect who has taught coaches, consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs interested in a simple webinar funnel how to generate consistent, profitable leads into their offers. So if you're a coach, consultant, or service-based entrepreneur wondering how you could teach your coaching offers on your next webinar, then check out this video here titled Webinar Content That Converts for Coaches. So what is the right amount of content to teach on your webinar? Well, I call it the paradigm shift. So what's the paradigm shift? Well, it's when a person thinks one way fundamentally, but takes a new change in thinking and has now adopted the new way. For example, everyone thought that the world was flat, but now we understand that the world is round. Well, at least some of us anyway. And once you know something or you shift your thinking, it's hard to go back to the old way of thinking or pretending you don't know. So I'm going to share with you 3 keys about the paradigm shift and how you can use that to increase your sales and email lists using the traffic you're already getting. And I know you're probably thinking, how will teaching a paradigm shift help me? Shouldn't I be teaching my program or my offer? But again, I'm going to show you a great way you can instantly adopt this into any part of your marketing, especially webinars, and get amazing results. So the first key is breaking down old belief patterns and rebuilding them to believe in your new solution. The big idea here is they need to come to the conclusion all on their own, that the way they've been doing it isn't working and that your new way is better for them. This is important because simply telling your audience something is a good idea isn't as effective as them coming to that conclusion all on their own. Have you ever told somebody something that was really cool and they were kind of indifferent and thanked you for the information? And then like 3 days later or a couple of weeks later, they tell you that they just discovered this new awesome thing and you're like, dude, what are you talking about? I told you about that last week. The reason they were so gung-ho about it now is because they came to the conclusion on their own and they simply forgot that you had told them. The second key is teaching them the part of the program that combats their #1 internal objection. The main thing to understand here is that if people don't think they can execute your new solution, they will leave and they won't buy. This means if they feel like it will only work for you or it's only going to work for somebody else, you're going to have a hard time making that sell. The third key is every single product solves a problem, but it also creates a problem. People are going to have additional problems associated with your product. For example, if your program teaches entrepreneurs how to hire a VA, what problem do they now have as a result of them hiring a VA? Well, now they have to train the VA. Before hiring the VA, they didn't have that problem. They didn't have to train anybody. But now they do. So if that's an objection that they know they need to hire a VA, but they don't feel like training one, or they don't think they have time to train one, then that could be a problem. So what are the shifts you're going to teach them to reverse their objections or their limiting beliefs? Now, the key is because you have to, now the key to this is because you have to sell them to your solution before you even get to your offer on your webinar. The new problems or objections as to why they can't get there. So talking about it inside your teaching content as a paradigm shift will position you as the expert and the authority, and your program as the solution that they need to move forward. So teaching too much will overwhelm your audience, and you'll create objections in your teaching without even knowing it. So you might be ready to create your webinar, but what is still holding you back? I know what you're thinking, or I might know. Paradigm shift, got it. But it's hard to come up with great content for a webinar, and an even bigger pain in the you-know-what to create all those PowerPoint slides. Well, the tricky thing is that most people think that webinars are just a magical tool that easily attracts clients, and they spend less time on their teaching content because it's hard to create content that converts. They merely teach their system and rely on the sales part of their webinar to do the heavy lifting, which is really shooting themselves in the foot because, if they hate selling or if they're scared to sell. And so I've implemented this webinar script. You can use this script to create your webinar content quickly. You don't have to worry about creating all those slides because I threw those in there too. It's like hiring the greatest copywriters of all time to write your webinar content for you, but you can do it now for a very low investment. Now you know how important it is not to teach too much on your webinar, but what happens when you have to sit down and actually create the webinar? Well, I got you. What I've done is I've created this product for you. If you click the link, you can order the Webinar Jumpstart that includes the webinar script, PowerPoint, and the launch planner. We're always here to help, and I can't tell you all the amazing results we've gotten for service-based entrepreneurs just like you who are struggling with creating content for their webinars. Some teach too little or teach way too much. We also have digital assets for your offer. More than likely you're selling a coaching product, a course, or basically something of service that's not really tangible. So how do you get it across that what you have is real? Well, you do that with a mock-up or digital assets of your product. And you make a great professional first impression of your offer on your webinar and sales page when you use them. And I even have a day of coaching to help you fast track all your webinar marketing success. But today, I'm really just talking about the webinar script, which is amazing. Link is in the description. I can't wait to see you on the inside. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I post a new video each and every week. Have a lovely day.